When you search up Wizard101 on Google, the first thing that comes up is their website. And honestly, y'all, something needs to be said about this. I think one of the biggest things that Wizard101 struggles with is selling the best things in their game. And by selling, I mean actually displaying their strengths. And when you go to their website, I feel like this is a great example of how the game's really good, but it might not appear that way right away to the first casual viewer. And y'all, we live in a world where first impressions are everything, so I wanted to make a video talking about how, in my opinion, the Wizard101 website could be changed in many ways. I will say this, I think one of the more redeeming qualities of the website, and this is I think one of its saving graces, is the fact that there is some movement on the screen when you click on it. They have this sliding news thing that shows all the recent things that are happening, but everywhere else that you see, especially where there's just text, it looks very bland and unappealing. And I don't know what the purpose of this is. Maybe someone who's smarter than me can explain in the comments, but there's so much unused space that it kind of makes it look a little unfinished. And I don't know if that's because I'm on the website on a PC instead of on mobile. Maybe that's literally the only reason why there's so much open space. But all in all, in my opinion, it makes for a lackluster appearance. And I think they could really fix this very easily. I think they need to use a little bit more imaginative text, maybe fill in the blank spaces with high-res imagery, or even cinematics from stuff like the Wizard101 commercials that used to pop off back in the day. And the parts of the screen that do move, I think they could be a lot more eye-catching and bigger, because that is what's driving your attention. And those things should be used to advertise the best parts of the game. And speaking of advertising, I really wish that the website, if you were to Google it for the first time and click on it, I wish it told you more about what the game was about. I think Help Save Wizard City is a very I don't know, it doesn't really say much for something to be in big bold letters at the top of the website. Again, call me out if y'all think I'm way off base here, but to my knowledge, I feel like when people ask me why I play Wiz, my reasoning goes towards casting powerful spells, defeating powerful foes, making friends. Shouldn't those be the big taglines that you see bright and bold right in front of you at the top? It help save Wizard City. A new player doesn't even know what Wizard City is yet. I think a few small visual changes and a few small changes to the wording of some of the bigger things on the website, I really think they could drive home the point to a new player why they would want to play. And honestly, it would make the website look a little bit more modern. Obviously, the fact that Wizard101 has literally survived this long is already actually kind of nuts, but I'm of the opinion that it actually really is one of those few games that isn't held back by its age and is in fact strengthened by it. Why? Because there's 15 years of lore, 15 years of spells, 15 years of world releases, and yet the website does not reflect that. It doesn't look like there's been 15 years of work put into this game. It looks like something that was made 15 years ago and then they stopped caring. Not saying that's the case. I'm saying the website gives off that impression. The other thing that I find personally kind of weird that it's still as bad as it is another large component of the Wizard101 website, which is the Wizard101 forums. Now, if you don't know what the forums are all about, honestly, I don't even blame you. I feel like, a lot of people don't really know about these because they don't really check them anymore. And for me personally, the reason I don't personally check the message boards or the forums anymore is because it's not that it's outdated. To me, it's a little overwhelming. When you look at the message boards, you're greeted to the site of a bunch of tabs that all share the same icon, which is already it doesn't look organized. And then also when you do click on a tab, let's say that I clicked on the crafting tab, right, to see what people are talking about when it comes to crafting. I look at it and I see one open thread and a bunch of threads that have a bunch of locks on them, and it looks very unappealing, unwelcoming. I don't know if I'm over exaggerating this, but to me, I see a bunch of locks on my page and I'm like, yo, am I in the wrong place? Is this prison? Why are there so many locks? And I don't think I'm the only one who feels this way, that it's overwhelming or hard to use, because some of these little categories, for example, the hobbies, under this part of the message board, the last posts in all of these are over a month ago. And yet I guarantee you people are making pets, people are fishing, people are PvPing in the past month, and they probably have a lot of things to talk about. In fact, PvP, I bet people have tons of things they want to share. However, the appeal of participating in a message boards that feels this cluttered and not user-friendly, it's just not there. That appeal is not there. But even in a perfect world where the forum was more accessible because, it was easier to reach and easier to interact with, let's say they nailed that, they still have a lot of weird archaic rules holding back engagement within their own forums. Unless they've changed this recently, you still need to be a member to post in the Wizard101 forums, which means the only people that have actually paid for the game could even bother to ask questions about it. What if you're a new player and you want to go to the forums and actually ask people how their experience is? You can't do that because you haven't paid yet. I think if they just redid these message boards just a little bit by making it a little bit cleaner, maybe adding some drop-down menus so that, you know, broader topics can be used to reach more narrow topics, and maybe they added like a unique icon for each topic, I feel like it would look a lot more user-friendly. And then remove the whole member restriction. Let people ask about the game. I feel like that would be huge. It frankly saddens me that the message boards are used this little when in reality, I feel like they're actually used as a very direct source of feedback for Wizard101. In my opinion, it should be a lot less cluttered, a lot more user-friendly, and it shouldn't be paywalled, because then it just prevents prospective players from actually figuring out things for themselves by asking through the feature that Wizard101 has, the message board. It's actually a little crazy to me how different Wizard101 feels in terms of, like, you know, how they reach out to the community, especially in the past year. And I'm saying this, like, as in it's a good thing. I feel like they've actually created a Discord server where you can interact with them during test run. They did that this past test run, and that was really cool. I've never seen so many people in the community using one application in one place just to, like, share their ideas. I'm of the opinion that Wizard101 doesn't even need to revamp the forums. They could literally replace it with the Discord, and honestly, in the long term, it would probably be better for them. But then they would still have to do a better job of pushing it to people so that they can reach it from one simple Google search like Wizard101. There's a lot of moving parts there, but in my opinion, in all the ways they're trying to, like, you know, modernize their approach to reaching out to their audience and bring people into the game, the one way they really fail every time is with this website. I think Wiz would really benefit from, you know, more people adopting this image that it's not just a game from 15 years ago. My theory is that the reason they haven't revamped the website or the message boards in all this time, honestly, is because it's a nostalgic game, right? And the more things you change about the way it used to be, the more you risk alienating the people that are playing for the strict value of nostalgia. But I still think there are ways to keep nostalgia intact without actually, like, selling out, you know, what could be a very good mechanism for getting people involved in the community and telling new players what it's about. That website, it's a powerful tool that's being super underused, in my opinion. I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, but on the flip side, do you guys disagree with me? I would love to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments. Do you guys think they should revamp the website, or do you guys think it's just fine, has been doing a good job up to this point? This is obviously just my thoughts. It's just something that's been bothering me, and it's been on my head for so long. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave us a review. I look forward to reading all of y'all's comments. Stay awesome, y'all. See y'all soon, and yeah, yo.